There are lessons to learn in every storm of life, lessons for us to learn. You learn lessons through the inevitable storms of life, and you certainly should learn lessons through storms you could have avoided. We all learn lessons through storms if we're willing to be a student. You have to be a student of the storm. I have to learn something from this storm. I want to come out of this storm better educated. So if you're going through a storm today, either just one that's a life storm or one that you've created yourself, the question now is, how can I gain some wisdom from this? How can I be educated by my storm? Number one, we must learn to run to God in our storm. That's the first thing that you do. As soon as a storm shows up in your life, whether it's a storm that's just life storms or you made the storm, the first thing you do is run to God. If you've ever been on the water in a time when a storm breaks out on the water, the thing that the captain is looking for is a place to go to safe harbor. They're trying to find a place where the wind is broken and they're able to be safe from the storm coming their way. They're running to a safe refuge. The same is true for you and me, that when a storm arises in your life, don't run away from God. Run to God. He is your safe harbor. He is the refuge of your life. So you run to Him. That's wisdom that we gain. And then number two, we change our ways. What do I learn from this storm that changes me? Even as I go through the inevitable storms of life, God can use those storms to shape me and mold me and make me more like Jesus and help me to see things in my life that perhaps I've never seen before. And so those storms help me to learn something about me and places where I need to change. Certainly the avoidable storms that I fall and prey to in my life, it teaches me where I need to repent, where I need to change. And so I run to God and I say, God, I want to change some ways in my life. Thirdly, trust in God when the storm is going on. Hold on to the fact that God, in fact, is there with you. He's never left you and He will not leave you. He will not desert you in the storm. Here's another important thing, a point of wisdom. What do you do when storms come up? Reorder your priorities. There's something about a storm that makes you find out what's really important and what's not. On this boat, remember what happened when the storm first broke out and all the sailors were on the deck of the ship and they started throwing cargo overboard? Why? Because we got to lighten the load here. There's certain things that we don't need to keep on this journey. And I've learned in my life and continue to learn in my life that when storms come my way, it helps me to reorder my priorities. There's certain things I just want to throw off my boat. I don't need that anymore. I don't need this. I reorder my priorities. There are things that you and I become aware of that are important, things that aren't important in the storms of life.